Well, it started off as breakout the red week, and it's turned out to break out the win week. A 4-1 homestand thus far, sweeping the Kansas City Royals, and have split the series so far against the Toronto Blue Jays. And this afternoon here from the Big A, going for that series win. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubza. Glad you could join us for Angels baseball. And this afternoon, a very good pitching matchup. Dan Herron, fresh off his first win as a member of the Angels, is going up against a local product, very good left-hander by the name of Ricky Romero.
Yeah, Victor, two very aggressive pitchers on the mound, one being a right-hander, one being a left-hander. Both of them throw a lot of strikes. Dan Herron around the strike zone consistently with that fastball in the low 90s, but it's that split-finger fastball that should be very effective against these Blue Jay hitters. They're aggressive, looking for the heater, but get the split finger. Ricky Romero is a guy with a good fastball. He can rush up there to 93, settles around 89, but he has a very good curveball and a slider and a changeup combination. Both these guys will attack the strike zone. Both feel their position very well. 9-game winner Ricky Romero, and of course Dan Herron finally won his first game as an Angel last time out against Kansas City.
Well, it's not too often in Major League Baseball that a team faces three left-handers. First night, the Angels were limited to just 3 hits. Last night, they had a lot of hits and a lot of power coming from Hideki Matsui and Bobby Wilson.
Well, that's the thing you look for in a lineup, Victor, this balance. Some guys, unsung heroes, come through and drive the ball well. Matsui had a great game last night against Cecil. Drove the ball exceptionally well, had that 2 singles, a double, and a home run. Bobby Wilson gets a fastball in the inner half. When a mistake is made, you have to capitalize. Hopefully today, the bottom part of that lineup will be able to produce, again, whether it be a couple base hits or maybe an occasional long ball that homer this Blue Jay team.
Well, the Angels look to keep it going this afternoon, looking for the series win on a glorious day for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax on this Sunday afternoon. We'll have lineups and first pitch for you when we return. Jack's Big Chicken Sandwich Combo, served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now, get Jack's Big Chicken Sandwich Combo serving curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. It's here, but not forever. Now through September 7th at your local Lexus dealers. As we pointed out, a gorgeous day for baseball here on a Sunday afternoon. Kaiser Family Sunday here at the Big A. Blue Jays and the Angels getting ready to tangle in Game 3 of this 3-game series. The Halos have been very good against Toronto this year. Now a 6-2 record throughout the season. And very important win last night with Texas Rangers dropping one of the Boston Red Sox. The Halos coming to this one 7.5 back. Here's a look at Cito Gaston's lineup. It'll have Fred Lewis leading things off and left. Yunel Escobar at shortstop. Jose Bautista back out in right field. That's where he was on Friday night. Vernon Wells in center. Adam Lind, the DH. Aaron Hill at second base. Lyle Overbay at first. Edwin Encarnacion is at third base. And J.P. Arancibia is doing the catching. Former first-round pick out of the University of Tennessee. Doing the catching and batting ninth. Facing the right-hander by the name of Dan Herron.
Dan Herron, 8-game winner so far this season. When you combine the win total with the D-backs and the Angels, a guy that throws a ton of strikes, very aggressive in that strike zone with that good fastball, slider, curveball. Above all, one of the best split-finger fastballs in the game. Could throw that pitch whether ahead of the count or behind in the count.
Well, behind Dan Herron, the Angels defense presented by Ram. You've got Rivera, Borges, and Hunter in the outfield from left to right. In the infield, you've got Kayasco, Ibar, Isturis, and Kendrick from third to first, with Mike Napoli getting his start this afternoon behind the dish.
You got Juan Rivera back in left field. A nice job moving over the right field, especially when Torrey Hunter was out for those 4 games for that suspension. Back at that left, strong arm. Hopefully, he'll be able to make those plays, get a good jump. Dan Herron's more of a fly ball strikeout type pitcher, so the outfielders will be in use in this ball game, especially a day game here at the Big A.
Now the Halos trying to keep it going from what they did last night. 12 total hits in the 7-2 victory, beating left-hander Brett Cecil. Irvin Santana picked up his 12th win. Hideki Matsui, his first 4-hit game as a member of the Angels, and that earned him a spot on the bench today. Go ahead and take 2 days off, big man.
Just reflect on how well you hit the ball last night.
You think that's what he did last night? Just reflected on it?
I think so.
Little thought bubble, laying in bed.
Thinking, you know what? I was just 2 bases away from that cycle. If I only that ball got by the center field, I would have gotten a triple.
Had only the center fielder and the right fielder collided and fallen down, I would have gotten a triple, and Gooby would have had steak and lobster all week long. 1 ball, no strikes here on Fred Lewis to start this ball game off. Lewis, it's a fly ball out the shallow left. Rivera early on with the flip sunglasses down makes the catch, and there's one away.
See, Juan knew we highlighted him to be able to make that first play of the ball game, and was able to do so on a high, lazy fly ball on a Sunday afternoon.
You know, I love the fact that he's wearing the flip glasses. He's got them up right now. It's the old throwback glasses, and I know over the years it's been very in vogue, very cool to wear the Oakleys or Nikes or whatever the Canons, for whatever the case may be. But you see a lot of guys that can't wear them all the time or don't like to wear sunglasses all the time, so they'll put them on their hats, and that's usually when the ball finds you.
And I like to build that. You mentioned a flip down. That's a perfect thing. So when you don't need them, you have them up underneath your cap there. Just knock it down, and you can be able to see the baseball.
And just like anything else, it just becomes a matter of preference. Yunel Escobar with an 0-1 count lays off that pitch. The count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Escobar hitting .299 as a member of the Blue Jays. 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. 0 for 3 last night. Had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. This one out toward shallow right. Meiser stirs, shading his eyes with his glove, makes the catch, and there are 2 away.
Meiser said, no problem with the sun. I got my cool sunglasses on. Forever I tried to get a sunglass deal with a number of those companies, and they all said, no, you pitch. You never get to wear them on the mound. I said, well, I cool breeze it on the bench. They wouldn't do it.
There's only so many guys that could pull off the cool breeze. I can't believe you were one of them.
Clearly I wasn't.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Bautista with a 1 ball, no strike count against Dan Herron. Works quickly here. Big swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Although
you look at the Blue Jays starters, and if I remember correctly, it goes back a couple of years ago. Gustavo Chacin, remember the left-hander? Had that phenomenal rookie year. He used to wear those Oakley glasses. Cecil had him on last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Jose Bautista, who last night ended up going 1 for 3 with a double. He's got the shades on today, had the clear ones on last night. 1-2 fastball, just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, a good spot on that fastball. They missed by a whole lot on the outside corner. After a couple off-speed pitch, 1 a slider, 1 a split-finger fastball. Well, they had great movement, too.
2-2 popped up. Eric Ibar on the infield dirt. Glasses gleaming. 3 pop-ups. Dan Herron is done here in the top of the first inning. Abreu, Ibar, Callasco for the Angels as we come back here in the bottom of the first. Crushing some za here on a gorgeous day for baseball. Bottom of the first inning. As we take a look at the lineup for Mike Scioscia, presented by Time Warner Cable. Bobby Abreu leading things off at DH. Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Alberto Callasco at third. Torrey Hunter's in right field with Howie Kendrick playing first base. Juan Rivera in left. Meister Sturz at second. Mike Napoli doing the catching. Peter Borges batting ninth and playing center field. Facing the left-hander by the name of Ricky Romero, 25-year-old and newly minted millionaire.
132 punch-outs and 153 innings pitched, 88 to 93 on that fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup, and lots of cash.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Ricky with a 9-7 mark. He's allowed 139 hits in his 153 innings of work. He's also struck out 132 batters. Bobby takes inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. Third time that Romero has faced the Angels this year. Back on April the 18th, he took the loss, allowing 1 earned run in 8 innings. And here at the Big A, gave up 7 earned runs on May 25th, as that one is inside. And it is 2 balls and a strike. Romero coming off a no decision against the Boston Red Sox, giving up 5 earned runs on 8 hits in his 6 innings of work. This one off the end of the bat. Romero's got it. He'll throw on to Overbay, and Bobby is retired for the first down here in the first. Defensively for Toronto behind Ricky Romero, you've got Lewis, Wells, and Bautista in the outfield. Edwin Encarnacion, after a night off last night, back at third base. Escobar at short, Hill at second, Overbay at first, and J.P. Arancibia doing the catching.
Vernon Wells out in center field, covers a lot of ground. Pretty good arm, accurate arm. The Angels decide to try to take that extra base against him. Won 3 straight Gold Gloves from 04 through 06. When healthy, he's one of the best fielding center fielders in the game.
And that's a base hit to left field for Eric Ibar. Snapping an 0 for 11 stretch. what you want to see, especially with the left-handers that the Halos have faced in this series. Try to disrupt the tempo. Could not figure out Mark Szybczynski on Friday night, even though they had some opportunities early on, but last night certainly made the most of those opportunities.
Nybar in general was swinging a lot of pitches out of the strike zone, whether it be the curveball or changeup off the outside part of the plate. Got a fastball there, hit a ground ball for a base hit.
Alberto Callaspo hitting .278 on the year with 8 home runs and 48 runs batted in. Callaspo a 2 for 3 night last night. A couple of singles and a ground out before being lifted in the 7th inning for Brandon Wood. As a member of the Angels, he's hit .290. He's coming over from Kansas City in exchange for Sean O'Sullivan, the prime guy in that trade. Sean got knocked around a little bit in Kansas City, having to face the New York Yankees once again.
Seemed like he faces the Yankees every other day.
Oh, 1 chopper foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes.
Romero very difficult to be able to steal against. He's only allowed 3 stolen bases against him. 4 bases have been caught trying to steal. Quick to the plate, very athletic, a lot of movement around the mound, fields his position well. One thing though, he does throw a lot of wild pitches. 15 wild pitches on the season already for him.
It's a pretty good test for the young man. J.P. Arancibia behind the dish, playing in his 4th major league game. Had a huge debut. We'll talk about that when he comes to the plate. Another throw over there. Nybar's back. Nybar, the team leader in stolen bases with 18. The Angels 7th in the American League in that category with 76 bags. As Callaspo chases that off-speed pitch, and down he goes for out number 2. Slow little breaking ball. Gets Callaspo 2 outs with Nybar still at first, and that'll bring up Torrey Hunter.
Romero definitely has a very good curveball, stays on top, snap. That's that. You always hear that terminology when it talks about getting on top of the curveball when your arm is located in an L shape to be able to get on out over that front leg and snap that breaking pitch to the 12-6 variety of the break itself.
Torrey taking a hack at that big curveball. Snowballs in a strike. Torrey had a base hit in his last at bat last night in the 7th inning. Ended up going 1 for 4. His average of .290. 18 home runs and 70 runs batted in. Chop foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Through to Torrey. It's a fastball that got him looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Ricky Romero. 1 complete here in Anaheim and no score. Wells to lead things off for the Toronto Blue Jays here against Dan Herron, who had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. It'll be Wells, Lind, and Hill to face the right-hander. Wells an 0 for 3 night last night with a walk and a strikeout. Dropped down 2 points in his batting average at .271. 22 home runs, 60 runs batted in. That hot start that he had, still one of the league leaders in extra base hits, 5th in the American League with 58. He's tied for 6th in doubles with 35, and still tied for 9th with those 22 home runs. Good breaking pitch there, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball got him looking, and down goes Wells. There's out number 1. First punch out of the afternoon for Dan Herron.
Boy, Dan Herron, all his pitches working early in this ball game, spotting his fastball very well, inside, outside. His slider's been very good. His split finger, you know, is going to be good. Right on the inside corner, freezes Vernon Wells, who must have been looking for something off speed.
A very similar sequence that Torrey Hunter faced against Ricky Romero when he struck out looking. Couple of breaking pitches, fastball right down the middle. As Adam Lind takes on the outside corner for a strike.
Well, Herron has such great balance over the pitching rubber. Gathers himself up and makes sure he's in position to be able to work downhill and hits his spots well.
Misses outside here, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Adam Lind, pretty much the everyday DH for Toronto. Was 0 for 4 last night, which included his 53rd RBI. An RBI ground out late in the game. That breaking pitch is skied out toward right center field. Hit pretty well. Borges and Hunter at the wall. This one is gone. A home run for Adam Lind on the breaking pitch. And the Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but because of the baseball carries so well in the daytime, it got out of the yard. At night, probably is caught up against the wall. Fooled him enough where he was out in front, but still able to keep his hands through and hit his 17th home run of the season on that swing. Would have been a split finger fastball that has stayed elevated enough for him to get it off towards the end of the bat, but still strong enough to get it out the right center.
Aaron Hill lines one toward the middle, but Asturis was shading him that way. And there are 2 outs.
It'll get your attention, especially after you get hit with a line drive. First start with the Angels by Kevin Youkilis off the arm, so it's going to react that way. Anything that's hit hard up the middle.
He thought about throwing the glove up there. Decided against it.
It's always best to get out of the way. Slider. That's why you know the guy behind you is going to make the play.
That's
Just
right.
get out of the way.
Here's Lyle Overbay, the first baseman. Takes a strike. Blue Jays with their 181st home run, giving Ricky Romero a 1-0 lead here in the second. 0-1. Overbay takes outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
27th home run that Dan Herron has allowed so far this season.
Yep.
Strike thrower generally going to be around his zone like he is. You're going to get some good swings against you on occasion.
It's the 4th he's allowed as a member of the Angels in his 5 starts. Did not allow a home run against Kansas City. That 3-1 victory on the 10th, giving up 1 run on 5 hits in 7 innings. One-two to Overbay. This one's out toward left. Rivera dropping back a couple of steps. Now comes in. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out. But Toronto takes the early lead on Adam Lind's 17th home run of the year. We head to the bottom of the second. Blue Jays up 1-0. here with the Angels down 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Ricky Romero with a couple of strikeouts and a base hit allowed in the first. Howie takes down low. Howie hitting .271, 9 home runs, and 58 runs batted in. At the start at second base last night, went 1 for 4. And shifting back over to first base today. Romero delivers upstairs, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. This one out towards center field. It's playable for Fred Lewis. Vernon Wells makes a catch for the first down. So 1 out, nobody on for Juan Rivera. Juan had the night off last night with Abreu in left. Matsui serving as the DH. 261 on the year, 12 home runs, and 43 RBIs. Looks at a fastball on the inside corner for a strike.
One thing Romero will do against Juan Rivera, and it should be to his benefit, he will throw that fastball in the inner half. That's the pitch that Juan Rivera could do the most damage on.
Romero ahead of the count at 0-2 here on Rivera. Romero making his major league debut last year, April the 9th, picking up his first win that same day against the Tigers. In 29 starts for Toronto last season, was 13-9 and a .430 ERA. That one's in the dirt. That's 1-2. Some over the last 24 hours wondering about the contract that the Blue Jays have given Ricky Romero, a guy without 2 years of service time, to commit 5 years, $31 million to. Apparently has shown the Blue Jays enough to kind of build around him as far as the rotation is. Rivera chops this one over to third, and Encarnacion to Overbay, and there are 2 outs.
I think it's the right decision by the Blue Jay management to be able to keep him around for that length of time. It also shows your fan base you're going to try to keep your good young players around for a number of years, and you've taken away those arbitration years in which the salary gets elevated so high with some good numbers that he seems to be able to put up already early in his career. If he continues at that pace, the numbers will be even higher. So it's a smart decision on their part.
Meiser Sturris takes a strike. They got a core of their group on their roster locked up now. Sturris rolls this one foul, and it snowballs at 2 strikes. Ricky, of course, a Southern California native, Los Angeles, went to Garfield High School for the first 3 years, then graduated from Roosevelt High School in East LA, then on to Cal State Fullerton.
Well, that's 2 pretty good rivals too, Garfield and Roosevelt too, to be able to play for both those schools. Certainly a guy that's very athletic on the mound, also does everything well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. It's a pretty good trivia question right there. One of 8 major leaguers that attended Cal State Fullerton.
That is a good one.
2-2. Outside, full count now. I can think of 2 right now. Marcotte, Kurt Suzuki.
Zach Cordero. Yeah. Aaron Rowan. What about a guy who's fearless in the outfield?
Yeah, no doubt. 2 out walk here. It's a man on as Romero has issued his first free pass. Mike Napoli strolls to the plate, hitting .253 with 18 home runs and 51 runs batted in. Mike 0 for 3 last night. Did draw a walk and came around to score on the Matsui home run in the second inning last night. Takes the curveball in for strike. Count is even now at a ball and a strike in Texas. They started a 2:05 game in Texas in the heat. I'm sure it's somewhat balmy at the ballpark in Arlington. Red Sox and the Rangers. Texas scoring in the second inning. They're up 1-0 against Daisuke Matsuzaka and the Red Sox. Napoli gets jammed here and fights it foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, Daisuke, I'm sure, will throw about 110 pitches in his 5 innings of work. As long as he throws up a bunch of zeros, it's all right.
The good old 5 and dive.
I don't think it's by design. He just throws so many pitches.
Napoli grounds with a short. Escobar's got it. He'll throw on the first. Napoli is retired to the 3rd out. Nothing happening for the Halos here. The second. 2 complete in Anaheim. Toronto still up 1-0. Have a 1-0 lead as we start the 3rd. Toronto setting up 8-9-1. Encarnacion, Arincibia, and Fred Lewis. Dan Herron with a strikeout, no walks, 1 hit allowed. That was that home run to Lind, his 17th of the year. As Encarnacion takes a strike. Edwin did not play last night with Bautista getting the start at third base. He did play Friday night, was 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Waves at the off-speed pitch, and it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes.
Back-to-back breaking pitches. Susceptible now to that fastball to the outside corner, or go right back with another slider.
Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Encarnacion with 12 home runs, 34 runs batted in for the Blue Jays. Another 1-2. Boy, locked him up with that fastball. Missed inside, apparently. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, the way that baseball crossed the plate area, it looked it would be at least get a corner to the plate. That was a perfect pitch.
Full count. Angel Hernandez, the veteran, calling the balls and strikes today. This one's popped up. High bar drifting out to left center. Here comes Borges, who calls him off, and Peter will make the catch, and there is the first down of the inning. Hey, folks, come out to the Big A on Tuesday, August 24th, as your Angels take on Evan Longoria, Carl Crawford, and the rest of the Tampa Bay Rays. All fans in attendance will receive a free Angels fleece blanket, courtesy of Chevron Extra Mile. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com.
Looking forward to that. Especially on a nice day game like today, it'd be perfect.
Huddle up. JP Arancibia takes a strike. Arancibia swung at the very first pitch he saw in the big leagues and hit a home run. Former first round pick of the University of Tennessee. Had 21 home runs last year at AAA. Ended up going 4 for 5 with 2 home runs in his major league debut. As he takes a fastball outside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the first pitch home run, and the next 3 pitches base hits. So he saw a total of 4 pitches. His first game for 4 hits. That's a pretty good start.
Absolutely. Got him swinging on the 1-2 splitter. Down goes Arancibia. 2 outs now. Second punch out for Dan Herron. And back to the top of the order, Fred Lewis.
For a young hitter, it's always a good idea to get that first pitch if it's going to be a fastball, because then you put yourself in position to have to try to hit a split finger fastball like that one you're seeing here on a Howard's replay. Boy, the bottom just drops out. You think fastball, read fastball, then all of a sudden it's below the hands and then in the dirt. We can really see how, as he gets through here, the split finger, and how he's able to hold it into baseball and still maintain good balance and good feel for that pitch going through. Just a perfect pitch right up on top. You have to get on top. The wrist action is the most important thing on the split finger. If you get on top of that pitch, and you have that good rotation and sink at the bottom.
Fred Lewis with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hit a fly ball to left field the first inning, so he's 0 for 1.
The first guy you heard that forkball split finger with Bruce Sutter, Hall of Famer with the Cubs and the Cardinals. Well, that's a nasty pitch. It's a pitch that puts a lot of strain on your elbow, though, for a pitcher, but it's a very effective one.
Two. Lewis takes outside, full count. The shortstop, Yunel Escobar, is on deck. The payoff pitch is fouled back. Just reaching for that off-speed pitch. Well, you got 2 guys on the mound today that history would dictate going to throw a lot of strikes. Offensively, you'd have to be ready because you're going to get some pitches to hit at some point.
Both aggressive. They're not going to be guys that are going to try to go off the corner and stay in the corner all day long, because they'll attack the strike zone and trust the movement on their pitches to stay out of the middle part of the plate. As a hitter, you got to think in lines that be able to be quick enough to center that baseball.
Count remains at 3-2. Lewis hit his 8th home run last night. That came in the 5th inning. The only blemish on Irvin Santana's line after allowing just 3 hits in his 7 innings. Hits this one on the ground to second. Historis has got it. And Darren Herron has his second 1-2-3 inning of this game. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. And Toronto still up. 1-0. We start the bottom of the third. Halos have 9-1-2. Due up against Ricky Romero, Peter Borges, Bobby Abreu, and Eric Ibar. Halos with 1 hit. Total of 2 base runners, as Romero had a 2-out walk to Meister Steers in the second, but nobody has reached second base. Borges 5 for 33 in the big leagues this year. That's a 152 average. He takes inside. The count is even on him at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 RBIs, couple of doubles. And for the most part, stellar defense out in center field. One ball, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch, trying to sneak that one on the back door. And has the count even at 2-2.
What I think you're going to look for in Peter Borges, I'm sure Mickey Hadris working with as far as is shorten up his swing, utilizing that speed, hit the ball on the ground or on the line. Any fly ball that he hits is not a good at bat for him.
This one not on the ground to third, Encarnacion has got it. And Borges is retired for the first out. All 3 innings, Romero has retired the leadoff man. So with 1 out, that'll bring up Bobby Abreu. Hit a little tapper back to Romero in the first inning. Mentioned Romero having pitched for Cal State Fullerton, was part of that 2004 championship team. A 6th overall pick in 2005 by Toronto. Abreu takes a fastball inside for ball 1.
The one thing you notice about Ricky Romero, as good as he is this young in his career, there's on occasion where he recoils when he's delivering the fastball, where he lands straight up and down, which elevates the fastball. When he stays on top like that breaking pitch, he could be devastating.
Well, he's ahead of the count on Abreu at 1-2. Bobby takes a called strike 3 on a fastball on the outside corner. Romero's picked up his 3rd strikeout.
Second strikeout looking on the fastball. Once against Torrey Hunter, down a fastball on the outside corner to Bobby Abreu. He's got that good balance on top. See how on occasion he'll land on that stiff front leg, and then he'll have a recoil action, particularly on the fastball. Not as much do you see it on his curveball or slider. When he overthrows the fastball, you see that type of reaction.
He's been a slightly better pitcher in Toronto at Rogers Center than he has out on the road. 5-2 mark at home with a 3.08 ERA compared to the 4-5 mark at 4.33 earning that he's got away from the Rogers Center. Ibar hooking one foul along the left field line. It's got a chance to stay near the rail. No, it doesn't. It goes a couple of rows deep. Fred Lewis will head back to his position in left field. And a 1 ball, 1 strike count on Ibar. And you would think with the stuff that Romero possesses that it would translate to wherever he pitches. He's got that good of stuff.
Strikeout type stuff. He already has 135 strikeouts and almost 156 innings pitched on the season. And you would think in Rogers Center with the AstroTurf or field turf, it would be a little bit quicker, more difficult to be consistent, but their team in general has played better at home.
Ibar ahead of the count at 2 balls and a strike. He had a base hit in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1. That breaking ball is in there. Evens the count at 2-2. And Ivar chases that breaking pitch. And for the second time this game, Romero's picked up a couple of strikeouts in an inning. 3 in the books. Toronto still up 1-0.
Well, there's no doubt it keeps the sun away from your face. At that point, it's very comfortable.
It's like SPF 40. Blue Jays up 1-0 as we start the top of the fourth. Toronto has 2, 3, and 4 due up here against Dan Herron, Escobar, Bautista, and Wells. Dan with a couple of strikeouts, no walks. 1 hit allowed. That was a home run to Adam Limp with 1 out in the second. The only scoring in this game. Escobar popped out his first time up. Swings here and bounces one through on the left side. The leadoff man is on board.
It's a ground ball. Good pitch by Herron. Just found the hole between third and short just by Callaspo at third base, who was playing in just in case Escobar was going to lay down that bunt. Turned over a sinker. Try to get that quick out. You know, at the bottom part of the bat, didn't hit it well, but hit it in the right place.
Here's Bautista. Takes outside. He popped out to end the first inning. He go for 1. Had a chance to break that record by George Bell, sitting 87. This one out to shallow right off the end of the bat. Long run for Torrey. Not going to make the catch. And he bobbles the ball. He's not going to be able to get Escobar at second. So back-to-back hits to start the fourth inning brings up Vernon Wells.
Well, he sold that pretty well. Had a shot at Escobar at second base. And bobbled it just as he tried to spin around and make that throw to second. Escobar was caught in between. A little chopper between short and third and a flare in the right field.
Wells struck out looking his first time up. Swings at the first pitch here. Comes up empty. And it's no balls and a strike. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Brennan Wells is hitting the 11 ground ball double play, so just an opportunity for Herron to be able to get that sinker down, or split finger, and be able to get that double play.
Here's the 0-2. Wells chasing the breaking pitch. And down he goes for out number 1. Vernon guessing fastball in all 3 pitches.
Talk about getting on top of that splitter and having a downward action. Exact spot, perfect location. Brennan Wells was way out in front and missed it by a lot on the outside part of the plate also. He was looking probably something inside.
Lynn takes a fastball outside. Lynn's the guy that hit the home run in the second, his 17th of the year, to put Toronto up 1-0. Escobar with a base at the left. Bautista flare single to right. Those are the base runners that are on board right now with 1 out here in the 4th. Herron staying away from Lynn. But a breaking pitch for that home run to right center field. Aaron Hill is the man on deck, the second baseman.
Another all-speed pitch. Split finger, 2-0 count. They hit that home run up in Toronto off Santana on the changeup. Home run today on the breaking pitch.
That's a 4-pitch walk, and they're loaded up. Lynn's a guy who's hitting .235 on the year. That's the first walk issued by Dan Herron. Doesn't walk a whole lot. So they're loaded up here for Aaron Hill, the second baseman. Hill came in batting .215. He's got 1 more home run than Adam Lynn does. He's got 18 on the year. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Swings here and drills one out to deep left center field. Borges giving chase. The walk can't get it. 1 run is in for sure. Being stopped at third is Bautista. He thought for sure Borges was going to make the catch. Only 1 run scores.
Boy, pretty fortunate there. Only 1 run came across, especially when the ball went off the wall and got away from Borges and Juan Rivera in left field. So you still have a chance to get through this inning with limited amount of damage. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Aaron Hill drives it. Borges going back to the wall. Tries to make that play. They've seen him go out and cover a ton of ground. Gets away and went away pretty far, but still fortunate only 1 run scored.
So 2-0 Blue Jays here in the 4th inning. Still loaded up for Lyle Overbay. Takes a fastball away. And again with a walk to Adam Lynn. 4 pitches that load things up here. Instead of taking your chances with Lynn, the guy who is prone to rolling over things, and even the strikeout. Now Herron's fallen behind on Overbay. 2 balls, no strikes. Overbay 0 for 1. Hit a fly ball to left at his first AB. Adam Lynn has struck out a total of 109 times already this year. That pitch is down low. And Herron on the verge of walking in a run. He's fallen behind at 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, this is the time where you have to think in the lines of hope he's going to swing 3-0 with a fastball. Just go right after him. The guy, if you get ahead, you can definitely expand the strike zone against. Now you're at the mercy of Overbay looking fastball.
He got it and he pops it up. Infield fly rule to be called. And it is. Fastball makes the catch, 2 outs.
A huge break for Dan Herron there. A 3-0 fastball right down the heart of the plate and gets a pop up in the infield. Well, if he gets through this inning with only 1 run allowed, it's a tremendous job. All of a sudden you feel that the momentum could shift right back to you if you're the Angels. Right down the middle of the plate. Doesn't happen too often. You get away with that. 3-0.
So base is still loaded. 2 outs now for Edwin Encarnacion. Hit a fly ball to center field as the leadoff man in the 3rd inning. So he's 0 for 1. And that's lined to left field. Can Rivera get there? He does. That will end the inning. Toronto gets a run on 3 hits, and they leave them loaded. We head to the bottom of the 4th here in Anaheim. Blue Jays up by the score of 2-0. Acura Advance. And by Auto Club Speedway. The Pepsi Max 400 at Auto Club Speedway, October 10th. Halos down 2-0 as we start the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Kayaspo, Hunter, and Kendrick here in the 4th inning. Ricky Romero with 4 strikeouts. 1 base hit allowed, 1 walk allowed. But now with a 2-0 lead. Kayaspo strikeout victim in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. He takes a fastball down and in.
But if you're Dan Herron, you got to feel pretty good about getting out of that inning with only 1 run allowed. 3 hits, a walk. One of them being off the wall.
Romero with a 1-1 pitch, missing outside. 2 balls and a strike. Yes, seldom do you send 7 men to the plate. Get just 1 run out of it. As Kayaspo lines one to center field, the Angels, for the first time in this game, have got their leadoff man on board.
And still, when you reflect on that inning, that ball off the wall over Borges' head, if you're at second base, you got to be halfway anyhow to be able to score on that ball.
How about that being perhaps already the word around town on the speed that Peter Borges possesses in center field? That kind of creeps into the back of the mind as a base runner. That the last thing you want to do is get doubled off at any base.
Especially when they've seen already in the series that first initial step that he gets and covering so much ground.
Torrey takes down low because Bautista actually broke towards 3rd initially, then went back when he saw Borges appearing to have a beat on that ball.
Yeah, because he had to think originally there was no chance at all. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, here comes Borges almost making the play.
Torrey takes downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Hunter struck out looking in the 1st inning. And Romero falling behind at 3-0.
Similar to Overbay, 3-0 count. Torrey Hunter will definitely get the green light if it's a good fastball. He's been more patient of late on the 3-0 pitch. Unless it's in this nitro zone, he stays away from it.
Pops it up. Aaron Hill, the second baseman, drifting out. Misses it. And there's nothing Kayaspo could do. He's just kind of... You're stuck between first and second. You've got to wait to see if the ball is caught. Hill battling the sun. Struggle with it. And Kayaspo's put out for out number one.
And there's no chance if you're Kayaspo to go any further. Then you have a chance of being doubled up. It's a fair exchange here. Torrey Hunter with more stolen bases than Kayaspo on the season, if you think in those senses, because Torrey with 9 stolen bases, Kayaspo has 3 on the season. Torrey a little more speed.
Throw over, and Torrey is back. Howie 0 for 1 with the fly ball to center field. That came as a leadoff man in the second. A well struck ball that Vernon Wells made the catch on. Halos trying to figure out Ricky Romero as we play here in the 4th inning. They've not had more than 4 men go to the plate in any one inning thus far. Now the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Now the second time through the order, Romero being a little more cautious, not as aggressive.
It'll be interesting to see how the Angels respond as they see him second, third, and fourth time through.
Hard hit toward short, past Escobar into left field. Torrey advances to second. First time today that the Halos have got a man in a scoring position.
A couple really good swings in this inning alone. Kayaspo with the hard hit, baseball in the center field, and that one hit well by Howie against Romero. A great swing. Fastball down. Nice job of hitting that by Escobar at shortstop position.
The Angels with men in scoring position in this series, 2 for 13. And over the last 5 games, a 152 average. Yet 4-1 coming into this one. As Juan takes down low. Rivera grounded out over to third base in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Torrey Hunter at second, Howie Kendrick over at first base. Halos down 2-0 here in the 4th with 1 out. Juan pulling it foul.
He had to show his versatility in the dugout, making the play.
The 1-1. Just got underneath it, pops it up to shallow left. Escobar going out. Here comes Fred Lewis. Lewis will make the catch out number 2.
A couple hard hit base hits and 2 pitches that Angel hitters just got underneath and just missed those. That one by Juan Rivera. Of course, Torrey Hunter was swinging 3-0, popped that one up second base area. Good pitches to drive, but just missed them.
Torrey still at second. Howie still at first. Meiser steps up now. He drew a walk in the second, so no official AB for him. Outfield for the Blue Jays. Fairly shallow. Romero, at times we've seen in this game, trying to overthrow that fastball a little bit, and that's when he's missed up. And we were talking about earlier that little recoil or more upright delivery causing that. The Sturris shot toward right. Bautista was playing shallow, now moves over to the foul line. The Halos leave 2 men on. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on for the books. Toronto still up 2-0. Happy. Angels down 2-0. But still good enough to blow kisses to Mark, who was the birthday boy yesterday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, Victor. Feels good to finally turn 21.
Yeah. That'd make me 5. Aaron Sivia popping one up to left. Watt can't find it. Puts the glasses down now. And to make the catch easily. 1 away. Hey, on Saturday, August 28th, all fans in attendance will receive a free ceramic Angels candy jar courtesy of AutoTrader.com. Don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind promotional giveaway. Visit AngelsBaseball.com for tickets.
Looking forward to that one, too.
I'll load that thing up for you with peanut M&Ms, correct?
Yes.
That's your favorite?
Yep. Delicious.
Fred Lewis takes up and away for ball 1. I wonder how many fans listening could send you some peanut M&Ms here, courtesy of the Mars Candy Company, to Angel Stadium to wish you a happy birthday. I wonder what we'll see when we return here.
Probably none.
Really? I challenge Angel fans. I'm just kidding. And I ask and challenge selfishly because I'm a big fan of the peanut M&Ms.
I know you are. You'll be stealing all of them from me.
It's a good battle royale. Lewis 0 for 2 with a fly ball to left and a ground ball to second. Takes the breaking pitch in for a strike. It's 2-2. Lewis out toward right center field. Towering shot. Borges seems to be under it. And he'll make the catch. Just standing there waiting for it. That's one of those fly balls that you pick the spot where you think that ball is going to land. You run to it and find the baseball.
Lewis squared that up pretty well, too. Maybe just got underneath it a tad. Borges gets back to the wall, makes the play.
Always think Borges makes some catches that a lot of outfielders in Major League Baseball would still be running to. And he seems to be slowing down.
Well, he's definitely fun to watch.
Escobar, half-hearted swing there. As a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Now the shortstop, 1 for 2 out of base, hitting a run scored at the 4th inning. Fouls this one off to the right. It's 1-2. Yes. Great catch right there.
Great play. Reaching over, makes the play.
That's why you bring the glove to the ballpark. 1-2 pitch to Escobar. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just got a piece of it.
Back-to-back split finger fastballs. This time he fouled it off. You change an eye level like that, 2 pitches down in the zone. If you can elevate a fastball above the letters, you can get a swing and miss. Tried a cut fastball that was elevated. Fouled it back.
Another 2-2 on its way. Escobar out toward left, chasing Rivera back. Flips the glasses down. Look how easy makes it look. A 1-2-3 inning for Dan Hare. 3rd time in this game in which he's retired the silent order, but Toronto still leads it 2-0. Sun-drenched afternoon here in Southern California. Great day for baseball here at the Big A. If the Angels can figure out. Ricky Romero has been pretty good. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Halos getting their first man into scoring position in the 4th inning. Just could not cash it in as Mike Napoli shows bunt and takes outside for ball 1. Napoli, Borges, and Abreu here against Romero. Mike grounded out to short to end the 2nd inning. So he's 0 for 1. Takes up, looked up a little bit high, but Angel Hernandez rings it up, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Angels definitely been calling that high pitch, felt high to almost letter high.
That's hit hard and deep to left. Fred Lewis at the wall. Dog! Big drive from Mike Napoli. The only question was whether he had too much topspin on that ball, but it gets into the bullpen. The Angels get on the board as they trail it 2-1.
Boy, number 19 on the season for Mike Napoli. Was at the bottom of the order yesterday with Matsui and Bobby Wilson going yard. Mike Napoli gets fastball. But that time was out over the plate. It was down. It didn't get it inside enough, and Napoli hits it out. 2-1 ball game.
Borges takes inside. Mentioned the 19th home run for Mike Napoli, now the team leader. Picking up his 52nd RBI. That'll leave it a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Borges puts a fly ball to left. Lewis makes the catch. There's out number 1. Borges now 0 for 2.
With that home run by Mike Napoli, you always consider you're going to see a lot more home runs during the day as compared to night. There is more home runs overall at Angel Stadium since 2000, but not as much as you would think. A little over 2 home runs per game as compared to a little under 2 home runs per game. So as much as you think the baseball does carry, it does a little bit more than during the nighttime here, especially early in the season at night. Very difficult to hit the ball out of the ballpark here unless you hit it down the lines.
Be curious to see what the numbers are just on extra bases day and night, where outfielders in the nighttime would be able to track something down. In the daytime, perhaps continuing to carry and going for extra bases. That pitch in the dirt. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here on Bobby Abreu.
Adam Lynn's home run didn't look like he hit that ball that well. Off the end of the bat, just kept carrying. Even when you look at Borges and Torrey Hunter, as they went back and converged on that baseball, they were surprised it got out of the yard.
Two balls and a strike here on Bobby, who's 0 for 2. Did a comebacker to Romero in the first inning. Struck out looking in the third. One of the 4 punch outs for Ricky. Big swing by Bobby, and comes up empty. Now evens a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Abreu hitting his 14th home run of the year. The last day game we had, that was Wednesday afternoon against the Kansas City Royals to walk off. Bobby second on the team in RBIs with 65. Two is inside, full count now. .70 pitches thrown by Romero. Here comes the 71st. The 3-2 is down low, and he walked him. Second walk issued by the left-hander. With 1 out, that'll bring up Eric Ibar. Ibar in this one is singled and has struck out. Big swing and a miss here on a fastball at 89 miles an hour. It's no balls and a strike. Both teams even in the hit column. Both with 4. Each with a home run, but Toronto up 2-1. Good to see that long base hit by Aaron Hill off the wall in left center field with the bases loaded in the 4th. 0-2.
A lot of times when pitcher's been ahead of Eric Ibar, whether he's batting right hand or left hand, he'll throw that breaking pitch down and in the dirt area when he's behind in the count. That's why it was a good idea for him to be aggressive, getting that first pitch fastball, swinging hard at it.
Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Abreu over at first base. Glancing over across the diamond is Dino Evo. Chopper over to second. Hill feeds. That's the ball. Relay's not in time. And Ibar will reach on the fielder's choice, but there are 2 outs.
This is certainly a situation now where you like to think that the Angels are going to be aggressive here, try to steal a base. I know Ramirez quick to the plate and has a good move to first. With 2 outs to try to get in scoring position for Callaspo. Mike Scioscia might put a steal sign on here for Ibar. Take your chances, go on first movement.
He's got a pretty good lead over at first base. Doesn't go, and Callaspo takes down and away for ball 1.
Well, more than likely you've taken away the pitch out away, now being behind the count 1-0. So if you can guess right, might have an opportunity to get in scoring position.
There he goes. It's a strike. To throw down is in time. There Sibia guns down Eric Ibar. And the 5th inning comes to an end, but the Angels get on the board courtesy of Mike Napoli's 19th home run of the year. We have played 5 here at the Big A. Blue Jays still up 2-1. Inning. Be sure to sign up today for the 2010 Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Fox Sports West. For just $18, Junior Angels Kids Club members receive 2 free game ticket vouchers, first in line for Kids Run the Bases, an exclusive Junior Angels white or pink mesh jersey, and much more. Log on to angelsbaseball.com/Junior Angels and sign up today. Kids are going to run the bases after the game today as Jose Bautista takes outside for ball 1. Blue Jays sending up 3, 4, and 5. Bautista, Wells, and Lind here against Dan Herron, who has 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Jose's 1 for 2. Popped down in the first inning, singled, and was stranded in the 4th. Two pitch. Foul at the plate. Well, in Texas, still a 1-0 game. Rangers leading the Red Sox. A game in the top of the 7th inning. C.J. Wilson and Daisuke Matsuzaka. The Angels, of course, will jump on the bird tomorrow. It's an off day. Take on the Red Sox beginning on Tuesday night. A 3-game series at Fenway Park. As Bautista has a full count now. 6-game road trip. 3 in Boston, 3 in Minneapolis to take on the Twins over the weekend. Bautista lining one to left center. That's a base hit. And Borges cuts it off. Leadoff man is on board for the Blue Jays. Brings up Vernon Wells.
Well, the Eagles just try to maintain some zeros up here. Dan Herron get a ground ball double play. Vernon Wells is a guy who will hit into a number of double plays, but the reality is you have to find a way to score some runs and win this game today. But Boston just having a tough time in Texas. Of course, the Angels have a tough time up in Boston.
Wells breaks his bat, loops one to left. There's a base hit. Bautista will stop at second. A throw back to second is not in time. So just like in the fourth inning, the Blue Jays back-to-back knocks have 2 on with nobody out, and Adam Lynn coming up.
Number 26, designated hitter Adam Lynn.
Game on the line really now for Dan Herron. Tough spot. Adam Lynn has had success against the Angels in his career, but a guy that also, if you make a good quality pitch, you can get a ground ball, and he will hit into a double play himself.
This one out to shallow left. Here comes Rivera. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Bautista got hung up, and Rivera's throw is offline. If it's on the bag, Bautista's out. So 3 straight hits to start the 6th, and they are loaded up for Aaron Hill.
A couple flares this inning by the Jays, and all of a sudden you got a lot of trouble. Just tried to rush that throw. Had a shot at him at third base. He's going back against him. What happened that last time he was at second base.
Jose Bautista certainly not putting on a clinic as far as base running is concerned today. Angel Hernandez breaks up the meeting. And now, after getting on the board at the bottom of the 5th inning, Dan Herron shooting for that shutdown inning in some pretty good trouble here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Aaron Hill at the plate. He took that first pitch fastball he got in the 4th inning and hit it off the wall in left center field. Picked up just a base hit and an RBI. Takes down low for ball 1. Infield back, middle infield back, I should say, double play depth. Callaspo and Kendrick playing in a little bit. Two balls and no strikes.
And this is one of the scenarios now, if you're a pitcher, you're behind in the count 2-0. You hope to get that ground ball right back to you, make the play and throw it home, and go to first. The best case scenario for you, especially behind the count. You know you're going to have to get a fastball if you're Aaron Hill here in this spot.
On the ground of the left side, Callaspo can't get it. Ibar does. They throw to second. They get Lynn. The run scores, and it's 3-1 Toronto. Hill picks up an RBI, his second of the game, now with 48 on the year. As he reaches on the fielder's choice, double play still in order.
Pretty good play by Ibar. Way in the hole at shortstop, still able to make that throw. And this came sliding in there relatively slow. Was able to get that force out. You still can get through the inning with a double play ball here.
Got Overbay at the plate, left-handed batter. 0 for 2 with a fly to left and a pop-up on the infield with the bases loaded. That came in the 4th. Herron falls behind it, 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield for the Angels pretty much straight up. Borges maybe a couple of steps towards right center field. That would be the pull side for Overbay. One ball, 1 strike.
Well, that's a perfect spot for that fastball. Down and away like that. Get a ground ball. If he rolls over, hit the second base and get through the inning.
One ball, 2 strikes. Overbay backing out at the plate after fouling that pitch. A little frustrated.
That was a pretty good pitch to drive, and he missed his pitch. After that good fastball on the outside corner, this one right down the heart of the plate and elevate enough where he can get a fly ball. Missed it.
Vernon Wells at third base. Aaron Hill at first. With one out here in the 6th inning. 3-1 Toronto. Overbay out to left. Not very deep. Rivera with the glasses down. Wells at the bag at third. He's coming home. The throw from Rivera skips home, and Wells scores. It is 4-1 Blue Jays.
The throw, he got himself a good throwing position. Pretty accurate throw. Not as much as he wanted on that throw, though, for we're accustomed to seeing out of Juan Rivera, but the accuracy was there, but it's not the arm strength on that particular throw because he was battling the sun to get in position to make the throw.
Overbay picks up his 46th RBI. Edwin Encarnacion steps up now with 2 outs. It takes inside for ball 1. Well, Bautista had a very hard hit base hit to lead off the inning. Then Wells and Lynn with flare singles loaded him up. Fielder's choice by Aaron Hill brought home the first run, and now the sac fly by Overbay bringing home the second run. 4-1 Blue Jays. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here on Encarnacion. Now we're just missing inside. It's 2-1. Herron now at 89 pitches, 55 for strikes. It's been a case of every other inning. 2nd, 4th, and now the 6th. This one rolled up to third base line. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Adam Lynn getting a home run in the 2nd. Blue Jays had him loaded in the 4th inning, managed to just get 1 run. And now here the 6th, they've gotten 2.
Some of those base hits, too, have been flares into the outfield just off the end of the bat.
Time is called.
A second ago, you saw Dan Herron shaking his head. It's not quite as comfortable on the mound today. Still has a chance to keep his team in the game here. And the offense has to respond. Very important ball game here.
Full count now. Two outs. Hill will be off at the pitch at first base. Hill will head back to first base as he was off that pitch. Just saw J.P. Arancibia, the catcher, who's on deck. 9th place hitter. Hill goes again to 3-2. Is off the glove of Herron to off the glove of Historis and into center field. There's a base hit for Encarnacion. And the Blue Jays have runners at first and third here with 2 outs. And Arancibia coming to the plate.
Slider able to deflect it. Must look like he took his eye off the baseball.
I mean, that's a straight whiff on a 1-hopper. Arancibia 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the third inning. Hit a fly to left in the fifth. He cues this one back to Herron. He'll take it himself. And there is out number 3. But the Blue Jays get 2 runs. They do it on 4 hits. Leave a couple on. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Angels down 4-1. The 6th inning. Hey, if you've been thinking about reserving an Angels suite rental, now is the perfect time. Located on the club level, Angels Suite Rentals feature all-inclusive food and beverage pricing. Don't delay. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angelsbaseball.com/suites today. 3, 4, and 5 do it for the Angels here in the 6th inning. Callasco, Hunter, and Kendrick. Against Ricky Romero has 4 strikeouts, 2 walks allowed. Callasco swings the first pitch and loops one to right. There's a base hit. And the leadoff man is on board. Second hit of the game for Callasco. Now 2 for 3. That'll bring up Torrey Hunter.
See if the offense can respond here. After Toronto scored 2 at the top of the 6th. No flare by the Angels against the Jays after the Jays have worked that magic a number of times during this game.
Torrey today 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. That was that high pop-up that Aaron Hill could not handle because of the sun. Hill picked up the ball and retired Callasco at second base. So it went as a fielder's choice. Torrey putting one out toward left center field. Playable for Vernon Wells. One out. So with 1 out, 1 on, that'll bring up Howie Kendrick. Howie had a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2. His first time up at a line shot to center field. Takes inside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Romero has been fairly economical in his pitches, having thrown 81 so far. This one's on the ground to third. Encarnacion to Hill. It's a high throw, but Callasco is retired for out number 2.
I think you have a chance to turn it a double play anyhow on that play, but the high throw made sure that was not going to happen.
Well, again, we're seeing kind of an approach that we saw on Friday. The Angels really not doing a whole lot as far as trying to create offense, as far as stealing bases, hitting and running, get the leadoff man on board, and all of a sudden there are 2 outs with the man still at first. Down by 3 runs.
And I think when you face a team like the Jays, who have that ability to score a lot of runs, you got to put pressure on them defensively.
Rivera, this one is 0 for 2 with a ground ball to third and a fly ball to left. Juan breaks his bat and grounds one to Encarnacion. Goes him wildly, and it goes into the camera well. Howie Kendrick ends up at third base. Rivera at second. That's about as routine a play as you could have to end the inning. The bat had nothing to do with Encarnacion. Just a horrible throw to first base.
Well, this is the time when you have to take advantage of a mistake like this. Way in Juan Rivera's kitchen, that fastball. Plenty of time to make the play. Gathered himself well. A lot of times we have too much time. That's when you aim your throw over to first base, and that was way wide. We're fortunate enough that went in the camera well. That ball can get away, and Howie had a chance to score all the way from first.
And there's Meister with 2 outs and 2 on in scoring position. Swings the first pitch and dribbles one over to third. Encarnacion this time retires Asturias. And the Angels leave a couple of men on. Through 6. Toronto still up 4-1. A 4-1 lead as we start the 7th. Dan Herron back out on the mound, facing the top of the order. The Angels leaving a couple of guys on. Meister swinging at that first pitch to end the bottom of the 6th inning. Luis Escobar Bautista here in the 7th inning. Deal 1. That's a strike, 0-2. Fred Lewis, the left fielder, is 0 for 3. A couple of fly ball out to the outfield. He's grounded out. Chases that one. Down goes Lewis. There's out number 1 as Napoli flies a tag. Strikeout number 4 for Dan Herron. He's a jerk, but come on, you know, he's the only TV doctor that you love to hate. House, make your appointment tonight at 8 and 9 right here on My 13.
Why do you always look at me when you do that promo?
Do I look at you when I say that? I had no idea that I did. Escobar lines one out toward right center field for a base hit. Borges over to cut it off. Does so. Escobar, big turn at first, stops at first with a 1-out single. Meant nothing by it.
I know. I think you were just looking over for inspiration to get through it.
Checking out Buck Martinez and Rance Mulliniks over there in the Toronto Blue Jays broadcast booth for that motivation. Bautista at the plate. It's the first pitch and fouls it back. Action in the Angels bullpen. Rodriguez was up last inning as well. Bautista 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a pop-up. He's also scored a run. Checked his swing. They wanted to appeal. He did not, says Dan Bellino, the first base umpire.
Reality is the Angels had to find a way to win this game. Obviously Texas with that significant lead now against Boston, but you had to start playing better baseball as far as getting hits with runners in scoring position.
That one off the end of the bat. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aaron ahead of the count at a ball and 2 strikes, having thrown 101 pitches. Escobar leading off at first. Outside, throw to first, and Escobar just back in ahead of the throw. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blue Jays with a run in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the 6th inning. Angels with their solo run, courtesy of the Napoli home run, leading off the 5th. Down goes Bautista, chasing that breaking pitch. And there is out number 2. Bautista saying that ball was fouled, but he's not selling it. Angel Hernandez not buying it. There are 2 outs.
Split finger fastball. Missed that by a lot.
.200th career strikeout for Dan Herod.
Well, he's got a great split finger fastball when he stays down and maintains that good balance.
Wells swings and misses on the first pitch. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit and a run scored at the 6th inning. Vernon has struck out the other 2 times. This one on the ground is short. Ibar will feed his Stewart. Escobar is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Angels got a scrap as they're down 4-1. From anywhere, anytime with quick deposit. Chase what matters. Buy award-winning Ram trucks plus a new heavy-duty, make it one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history. And buy Howard's, official superstores of Angels baseball. Angels baseball is brought to you by Chase. Now you can deposit checks from anywhere, anytime with quick deposit. Chase what matters. Buy award-winning Ram trucks plus a new heavy-duty, make it one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history. And buy Howard's, official superstores of Angels baseball. Take a look at our Jack in the Box game summary. Dan Herron, 7 innings, 4 earned runs. Ricky Romero, 6 innings, 1 earned run. Mike Napoli hit his 19th home run of the year. That's the only scoring that the Angels have had. That came in the 5th inning. The Halos have played well against Toronto this year. They got stymied on Friday night by the left-hander Mark Subchinski. Maybe it's just a local product that Subchinski from Servite High School, UC Riverside. Today, East LA's Ricky Romero. That pitch is down low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
But with Buttercup being played at the stadium, you feel inspired that the Angels will have a rally right now.
One can only hope. Napoli, Borges, and Abreu here against Romero. The left-hander struck out 4, walked 2. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Napoli fouling one back. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Home run for Mike, his 19th of the year. Now the team leader in that category, picking up his 52nd RBI. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. We go back to that 5th inning as a leadoff man.
We got a fastball down and over the middle part of the plate. Drives that. You're right about that. Almost had top hand. Almost didn't get it over the fence. He hit it hard. Need base runners here. Down by 3.
Another foul at the plate. The count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count now. Boy, the way Napoli's just taking those pitches against Romero. Seeing him very clearly. Tracking everything that he's thrown up there.
It's a good feeling if you're a hitter, you see the baseball out of a pitcher's hand.
Outside, ball 4, and the leadoff man is on board.
We'll track that one well, too, to get on base.
3rd walk of the game issued by Romero. So take a look at our J.P. Morgan Chase Bank player profile. Peter Borges, born in Illinois, 10th round pick by the Halos in 05. the 2009 Angels Minor League Defensive Player of the Year. He's 0 for 2 in this one. Ground ball to third and a fly ball to left. Encarnacion playing in at third base. Borges grounds one to short. Escobar to Hill. Relay on the first. Is in time. Double play. Just like that, 2 outs and nobody on now for Bobby Abreu.
That's the thing, if you're Ricky Romero, a guy that also not only get the strikeout but get the ground ball, just like that, after a great at bat by Napoli, working the walk, 1 pitch, and you get 2 outs with that 1 pitch.
First pitch to Bobby is a breaking ball that is low. Abreu's 0 for 2. Ground down, a strikeout and a walk. One pitch. Bobby rolls it foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scott Downs a pitch Friday nights up and loosening now. Bobby ripping one to right field, a 2-out base hit. Abreu now with an 8-game hitting streak. Puts a man on with 2 away, and Ibar coming to the plate.
Not only the base hits for Bobby, just working his way on whether to walk, sees a lot of pitches, comfortable even behind in the count. Facing a tough lefty there, gets that base hit.
Ibar in the hole and no balls and a strike. He's 1 for 3 today with a base hit that came in the first inning. This one over to second. And the Angels' 7th will come to an end. 7 of the books. Toronto still on top, 4-1. Giving you a chance to sit in some sweet seats to an upcoming game. For more info, visit angelsbaseball.com/Chevy. Today, sweet seat winners will be invited to Fan Appreciation Day for a chance to win the official ride of Angels Baseball. That's a brand new Chevrolet. New pitcher on the mound for the Halos. Francisco Rodriguez takes over for Dan Herron with 7 innings, struck out 5. Allowed 4 runs, all earned on 9 hits, including a home run. That was to Adam Lind in the 2nd.
Francisco with that very good fastball. When he throws it in the strike zone and aggressive with it, 93-94. Good split finger fastball himself. Curveball and a slider.
Facing Adam Lind, Aaron Hill, Lyle Overbay here. The Blue Jays half of the 8th inning. Francisco pitched Friday night, went 1 inning, gave up a run, a hit. Struck out 2, walked 1. So a little bit of everything. Lind takes outside for ball 1. Lind, a home run in the 2nd, his 17th of the year. He's also walked and singled, so a 2-for-2 day. Two balls and no strikes. That one on the outside corner. Well, if the Rangers hang on and the Angels are unable to come back here against the Blue Jays, fall back to 8.5 back in the West. Texas going on to St. Petersburg. They'll take on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Angels head up to Fenway Park to start a 3-game series on Tuesday night against the Red Sox. Foul at the plate. Now got a piece of Napoli.
Right around the jaw. Wow. Some serious sound. Fouled straight back. Protection mask of Mike Napoli. Walked off to secure the faculties to get back in there behind the plate.
Boston has scored a couple of runs. Still Texas up 5-3. Full count now. One of the tendencies we've seen from Francisco Rodriguez throughout his time in the big leagues, working the deep counts, as Lind has worked a leadoff walk. Of course, as a pitcher, it puts you on a defensive. Almost having to cave in there. The last thing you want to do, down by 3 runs, is put any additional base runners on board, and that's what's happened here. As Lind picks up his 2nd walk, and Aaron Hill steps to the plate.
Yeah, when you put extra base runners against this powerful J team, you get a chance of a big inning going against you. Especially when you could throw the ball 94-95. Throw the ball middle part of the plate down into the strike zone, get a ground ball. Even if they center it hard, it's going to be on the ground.
1 ball, no strikes here on Hill, who's picked up a couple of RBIs today. It's just a 1-for-3 day. Base hit that came in the 4th. One ball, 1 strike here on Aaron Hill. Yeah, he came in batting .215 on the season. Late on that fastball again. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lynn doesn't run that well with a short lead at first. And Hill takes downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In that series against the Red Sox, Jared Weaver matching up against Clay Buchholz on Tuesday night. Former Angel John Lackey will get to start Wednesday against Scott Kazmir, then Josh Beckett and Irvin Santana Thursday night. This one a chopper toward the middle. Ibar takes it himself. Puts a 6-3 double play. 2 outs, the bases clear here in the 8th for Lyle Overbay.
Boy, the Angels have had a tough time with the Red Sox this season. 0-7. We got to take care of business here at home. Come back in this game.
In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Angels have 3, 4, and 5. Callaspo, Hunter, and Kendrick.
You wonder with the action down in the bullpen now with the Jays, I wonder if Ricky Romero is done for the day.
Jason Frazier's up now, the right-hander. No balls, 2 strikes here on Overbay. Two from Francisco's outside. Overbay is 0 for 2 with a fly to left, a pop-up, and a sac fly. Seven innings for Romero. 1 run on 6 hits. The run coming off Mike Napoli's bat as Overbay hits one. And a diving stop by Asturias. Gets up, throws down Overbay. And hopefully that recharges this Angels offense. Fine defensive play to end the 8th. We enter the bottom of the 8th inning here at the Big A. Blue Jays up 4-1. By Time Warner Cable. Get high-speed internet that's faster than DSL. Call Time Warner Cable 888-TW-CABLE. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. Well, the Rally Monkey is out here. That means we've reached the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Angels are down. It's 4-1 to Blue Jays. Jason Frazier has come on in relief here of Ricky Romero, 3-3 mark, and a 4.09 ERA for Toronto.
Around a long time with the Toronto Blue Jays. 7 seasons, 3 saves on the season. Fastball, pretty good one at 90-93 with sinking action. Curveball, slider, and a split finger fastball. Likes to establish the fastball and curveball for strikes and finish you off with the slider or the split finger fastball.
Frazier pitched in 61 games last year, a breakout year for Toronto. 7-3 and a 2.50 ERA, picking up 11 saves. The Halos have 3, 4, and 5 due up here. Callaspo, Hunter, and Kendrick against the right-hander. That fastball is upstairs for ball one. Frazier quickly is falling behind at 2 balls and no strikes. This is the guy who was once traded for Jason Worth. Going from the Dodgers to the Blue Jays for Jason. Before Jason Worth was the Jason Worth we know today. The bearded one.
And a lot of power playing in Citizen Bank Park in Philadelphia. Well, if you're Callaspo, minimum take 2 pitches. 3-0, take it even if he throws a strike. You need to get on base. Take 2 in a row.
Takes that one there, and it's 3-1. Alberto is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a strikeout. Double barrel action goal for the Angels. 3-1 pitch from Frazier. That's right down the middle. Full count.
Now you're in a position, you're going to probably get another fastball. If it's in the strike zone, hit it hard for a base hit. If not, take it out of the zone for a walk.
The payoff. Outside, ball 4. Leadoff man is on board. That's how the 7th inning started, yet the Angels were unable to capitalize here. Now Torrey Hunter comes up. Torrey hitless in this one, 0 for 3. His strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a fly ball to center.
Well, Callaspo's been on the base 3 times in a row, all 3 times leading off an inning.
Torrey takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Doesn't like the call as he looks back to Angel Hernandez.
That was definitely below the knee level, that's for sure. At all time, even crossing the plate and certainly where it was caught.
That breaking pitch evens the count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
Torrey does 2 for 15 in this homestand. Trying to pull a lot of pitches. Pitcher's been staying away on him. He's got to keep his hands back in the zone.
1 and 2.
And pulling off that pitch again, the breaking pitch in the outer half.
Callaspo over at first base with 1 out, or pardon me, no outs here in the 8th. A 1-2 count here on Torrey. Outfield pretty much straight up. Breaking pitch, and that is past Escobar in the left field, a base hit. Went with that breaking pitch, but this time right over the heart of the plate. And Torrey pulls that one to left field, so 2 on with nobody out here. Howie Kendrick coming up.
And Torrey responds, takes advantage of a mistake by Frazier. This pitch out over the plate, and in the inner part. See as he got underneath that slider, kind of a backup pitch after that. Instead of getting down and finishing off in the outer half, he gets underneath it, drags the elbow. Very hittable pitch. That's that slider a lot of times. If you get underneath that pitch with your wrist, it's going to flatten out and back up on you.
Kayaspo at second, Hunter at first. Howie in this one 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 4th inning. He backs out here. It's Frazier and Aaron Sibia. Taking a little too much time and getting on the same page here. Blue Jays have action in their bullpen. The Angels 5 for 36 with men in scoring position this week. As Howie takes a strike.
It's pretty amazing to be in position. Right now you're 4-1 on this homestand and missed many opportunities to be able to widen leads and an opportunity now to get back in the game. Got to get those clutch hits.
Encarnacion guarding the line at third base, which opens that left side of the infield. Howie fouling it off to the right. No balls, 2 strikes. The Angels have had men in scoring position in this game in the 4th, the 6th, and now here in the 8th inning. The only run coming off the bat of Mike Napoli with his 19th home run as Howie takes down low. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Frazier went ahead of the count, loves to try to finish off the hitter with that split finger fastball. Pretty good location of that pitch. Malicka will come back once again with the same exact pitch.
Check swing, did not go around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High fastball at 94.
Well, the Jays outfielders are playing very deep, no doubles. For me, I'm thinking lines I'd rather prevent a single in front of me. Sometimes you get caught. It's almost like that prevent defense in football. You get burned by that.
Breaking pitch foul back. Very similar to that pitch that he left over the heart of the plate for Torrey Hunter that he got the base hit on. Reggie's come out to the on deck circle. He would be batting in Juan Rivera's spot. Fouled off to the right, going another fastball.
And you see Juan Rivera still with his batting gloves on. I think it all depends on the situation. How he's able to get a base hit, run and scores first and second, and be up there with a bunt. Otherwise, Juan Rivera will get an opportunity to one swing of the bat, tie the game up.
Another 2-2. Breaking ball chopped on the ground is short. Escobar will hit it. Double play. Kayaspo ends up at third base, but there are 2 outs now. Very similar to that 7th inning. Lead off walk, double play, base hit, ground out, end of inning. Angels have just not been able to come through in the clutch the last couple of days. Rivera steps in, he's 0 for 3. Big hack there, and it's no balls and a strike.
Will likely be the last fastball that Juan Rivera is going to see in this at bat. Establish the fastball in. When he gets ahead, that's when he'll throw the slider and the split finger fastball. We're going to come back in with a fastball. Could be a mistake.
One ball, one strike here on one. Hits this one out toward left center field. Playable for Fred Lewis. And the Angels will leave yet another man in scoring position. 8 in the books here at the Big A. Toronto's up 4-1. Big A. I want to remind you to visit the official online shop of the Angels at angelsbaseball.com. Browse the largest selection of official Angels gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, authentic classics for the entire family. Get your gear from the official source, the angelsbaseball.com shop. New pitcher on for the Angels. Michael Kahn takes over here for Francisco Rodriguez. Francisco going 1 inning of issuing a walk.
Very good slider for Michael Kahn. He's got that fastball 92-93 range. Boy, just another missed opportunity for the Angels there in that inning.
Kahn will face 8-9-1 Encarnacion. Arancibia and Lewis. First pitch is inside for ball one. Blue Jay third baseman 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 6th inning. Kahn pitched one scoreless inning of relief that came on Friday night, giving up a hit, striking out a man as he falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes. Four-pitch walk issued to Edwin Encarnacion. Leadoff man is on board. That'll bring up J.P. Arancibia. John McDonald pinch running over at first base for Edwin Encarnacion. More than likely stay in the game and play third base. Arancibia is 0 for 3. A strikeout, a fly ball to left. Comebacker to Dan Hare. That happened in the 6th inning. Swings the first pitch and hooks one down the left field line. That one is foul. Arancibia kept running towards second as if he'd hit a home run, but Joe West making the call. Blue Jays have their closer up. Well, there's no doubt that J.P. Arancibia likes first pitch fastball.
He doesn't get cheated on that fastball the first pitch. He doesn't want to fall behind and have to hit a slider, a curveball, or even a split finger fastball. He wants that fastball.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kahn ahead of the count at 0-2. Arancibia. It's one out toward left. Rivera near the wall makes the catch for the first out. McDonald scampers back to first.
He didn't miss that by a whole lot.
Number 50, left fielder Fred Lewis.
Well, that's that backup slider. Michael Kahn thought that might have a shot. He was hoping and praying that Rivera would be able to bring it back, and he was able to do so.
Top of the order now, Fred Lewis. McDonald still at first base and 1 out. Kind of a delayed reaction by Fred Lewis. Spinning out of the way of that pitch after Mike Napoli made the catch. Lewis 0 for 4. A couple of fly ball outs, a ground out, and a strikeout. Pops this one up on the third base side. Callasco crossing into foul territory. 2 outs. On the bottom of the 9th inning. Bottom third due up is Sturis Napoli Borges, the scheduled 3. To face Kevin Gregg. Came on in Friday night's game and picked up his 26th save with a 1-2-3 inning. He faces Sturis Hunter Rivera in that 9th. Kahn still needing to get through Yunel Escobar here in the 9th with 2 outs. Escobar 2 for 4, a couple of singles, a pop up and a fly ball to left. He's also scored a run. 4 runs, 9 hits, 6 left on for Toronto. 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. 8 left on for the Angels. The Halos against the Blue Jays. 2 for 18 with men in scoring position.
When that's not getting the job done, when you know you have to get those key hits, you're just trying to do too much at the plate. We talked about it before. Simplify your swing. Go with the pitch. If it's on the outer half, go the other way. If it's in the inner half, that's when you turn on it. Stay within your own ability.
Kahn falling behind at 3 balls and no strikes here on Escobar with Jose Bautista on deck.
Certainly not what you want to do, especially with Bautista, his ability to drive the ball out of the yard.
That's a 4-pitch walk, the second in the inning. Brings up Bautista with 2 outs here.
Number 19, left fielder Jose Bautista.
Good old eye black. In case he misplaces him. He's got his name on there. Nobody could take him from him.
Well, nobody else is going to wear those.
Unless they want to be Yunel Escobar for that day. Bautista takes outside. 5 straight wide ones now issued by Michael Kahn. Two for 4 with a couple of singles. And now Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit here as Kahn has fallen behind at 2 balls and no strikes.
6 straight pitches out of the strike zone.
Let's pick your poison time. Escobar, Bautista, or Wells if you're Michael Kahn. Escobar, the guy you probably wanted to get with 2 outs.
Yeah, it's going to hurt you maybe with a single, not a guy that can drive the ball as far as Bautista or Vernon Wells can. So you want to attack the guy who's a singles hitter.
John McDonald, the pinch runner, is over at second. Escobar at first. 2-1. Angels pitchers have pretty much kept Bautista in check thus far. 3-1. And the bases are loaded now. 3rd walk of the inning by Michael Kahn.
And then you end up aiming the baseball. First pitch to Vernon Wells, a very dangerous one.
A leadoff walk, a fly to left, a pop up to the third baseman in foul territory. Walks to Escobar and Bautista. Now Vernon Wells at the plate. And Wells, the guy that is notorious for swinging early in the count, takes a strike. Rangers beat the Red Sox today. Popped him up on the infield. Howie Kendrick comes in, makes the catch. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Historis Napoli Borges has scheduled 3 guys to face Kevin Gregg, the Blue Jays closer, down 4-1. (4-1) Blue Jays. They've brought their closer into this game. He pitched on Friday night. He's got a 1-4 mark and a 3.43 ERA and 26 saves on the year for the former Halo.
Still a pretty good fastball, good velocity behind it, 90 to 94, curveball, slider, and his finish-up pitch too also is a split-finger fastball.
John McDonald, pinch ran for Encarnacion, stays in the game over at third base. And Meister takes strike one. Historis 0 for 2, a walk, a fly to right, and a ground ball to third. Meister losing the handle of the bat on that swing. It's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned earlier that Kevin Gregg had a 1-2-3 inning on Friday. Facing 3, 4, and 5 on Friday. Here facing 7, 8, 9. And Historis goes down swinging. There's out number 1. Blue Jays got swept by the Angels up at the Rogers Center earlier this year. Lost 2 of 3 to the Angels here at the Big A. The first series here in Southern California. On the verge now of taking 2 of 3 from the Angels this weekend. Kevin Gregg has just committed, thrown 4 straight strikes.
Not wasting any time attacking the strike zone, staying down in the zone.
Breaking pitch on the corner, 0-2. Napoli 1 for 2, had a home run in the 5th. Called strike 3. Down goes Napoli. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs.
Boy, after that slider gets a fastball, 0-2. All 6 pitches in the strike zone for Kevin Gregg.
Angel Hernandez has been a model of consistency throughout this game. Peter Borges takes a strike. Borges 0 for 3. One ball, 1 strike here on Borges. Was grounded at third, hit a fly ball to left, rolled into a double play. This one off the catcher, Aaron Sibia. And the Angels down to the last strike here. Ricky Romero would pick up his 10th win. Dan Herron would suffer the loss. It'd be his 3rd as a member of the Angels. He'd fall to 1 and 3, giving up 4 runs in 7 innings on 9 hits. Borges getting a piece of that one, keeps his at-bat alive. Right off the mask.
Similar to what happened to Mike Napoli.
Two. Just got a piece of it. Bobby Abreu on deck. Borges is able to get on base. Full count. Gregg looked like he was trying to overthrow the fastball there. Here's the payoff pitch. Borges goes down swinging. Kevin Gregg has just struck out the side to end this ball game as the Blue Jays have taken 2 of 3 of this weekend series. The finale 4-1 Toronto.
Ricky Romero threw the ball very well, and then, of course, the bullpen did their job. But I think when it came down to throughout this entire series in which the Jays had won 2 out of 3, it came down to not getting some hits with guys in scoring position. Just 2 for 18. The Angels against the Jays in this series had a tough time overall this entire homestand, although they did have a good homestand as far as the one-loss record. Fell apart today, and, of course, with Texas winning their game, fall 8.5 back once again, and before the Angels take on the Boston Red Sox.
Ricky Romero picks up his 10th win. Dan Herron takes the loss. He has 1-3. Kevin Gregg picks up his 27th save as the Blue Jays once again take the finale and the series by the final of 4-1. Stick around for a complete wrap-up of today's game with Michael Eaves, Jose Mota, and Chris McGee. Angels Live is coming up next.